In this video, we're going to talk about gadgets for YouTube video goodness, some affordable toys to add some spice to your YouTube videos. And I'm not talking about spice as far as trickery and whiz-bang stuff, because most of that's done in post-editing anyway. But what I'm talking about is just how to produce the cleanest raw video that you don't really even maybe have to edit so much. We're talking about stabilization and lighting and audio sort of stuff. So in a minute, I'm going to show you some of my favorite gadgets that I use when I'm shooting video out and about, as well as when I'm at my computer shooting screen share videos and that sort of stuff, how to get the best audio, I'm going to show you how you can actually create videos with really good audio, even when your neighbors are making an absolute racket. Okay, like I live in a very busy building and I've got a very affordable way to actually filter out all their noise and create videos, so I don't have to wait until midnight till they pass out drunk so I can do my videos. Okay, so that's a very special tip that I'll show you, so hang around for that one. Okay, so I'm just going to jump over to my computer and just go through some of the things that I use on a daily basis to ensure that my raw video, like the video I shoot either from my phone or from my camera, is as good as it can be, so that I don't have to spend a lot of time in post doing edits and corrections and that sort of stuff. So let's go over to the computer and take a look. Okay, so let's have a look at some gadgets, some toys that you can get to really make your videos the best they possibly can be. And we're going to be talking in three major categories today. We're going to be talking about camera stabilization, so the ways to stabilize your camera so nobody likes shaky, shuddery video. And then we're going to look at audio, so how to get nice, crisp, clean audio. And then we're going to look at some lighting at the end. So look, at the end of the day, I'm not saying you've got to buy this particular tripod or this particular set of lights. Go onto Amazon, go onto eBay, go onto these sites and just check out what's in your budget, and also look at what the reviews are saying. Now, as I said, when I first started out, I didn't have a tripod. I taped my phone to a container and put it on a table, and that's the way that I stabilized the phone. So you don't need to go out and spend a lot of money first. I think my very first tripod, my very first little phone tripod, I bought, cost me like $15. So there's a range of price and there's a range of quality, and that $15 tripod is still used today. I use it to do all sorts of stuff with. And so just because it wasn't $1 million doesn't mean it's not useful. Okay. So obviously, if you're doing a lot of shooting with your iPhone or with your smartphone, getting a tripod that is designed for your phone is ideal. And of course, if it has multi-purposes like this one here, can be used as a tripod or as a selfie stick, right? So once again, getting multi-purpose equipment means that you don't have to lug so much around with you, and also you don't have to buy multiple pieces. Okay, so here's some ideas of just stuff you can buy to stabilize your phone. Let's sort of click through here. So this is yet another little, looks like a very small portable unit, only costing $23. And these ones are great. These ones with the adjustable, flexible legs, because you can wrap them around things. You can wrap them around trees and basically tie them onto things, so you can set them up in places that would generally be awkward. And yeah, I've got one of those as well, sitting over there on my desk somewhere. So yep, always good to have in the kit. And once again, not very expensive, $15, and you can get a lot of great shots, a lot of great effects with them, because you can even spread the legs right out really low and have the camera almost on the floor, and have it tilting up and getting these really amazing effects, these amazing angles. So because these are the things that get people's attention. Like if you're just sort of sitting there talking head, just blah 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 to the phone, yeah, you could be giving lots of great value. But when you start to use all these different angles and different shots, that's when people keep their attention. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, so now we're talking. I don't want to see a video actually. Okay, so these are what we call gimbals, and in a previous video, I'll sort of link it to this video. I was actually out and about walking down the street with an actual gimbal, and the beauty of the gimbal is that it's a series of motors that actually stabilizes the phone. So no matter how you move, the phone stays perfectly still. So as you're walking down the street or whatever, even if your hand's going like that, or like, no, depending on how you're moving, the phone is still, right? As you'll see in that video. And these gimbals come at a very affordable price. This one here, I've got this version as well. This one is great for, well, you can set it up. It can actually track you, so you can set it up and sort of hit the tracking button, and then it will actually follow you around. So it does that. It does amazing. It's great for creating B-roll. So it's great for taking shots and having it do long pans and zooms and slow motion. There's lots and lots of functionality on there that's very useful. I really wouldn't. You could use it as a handheld gimbal as well. I just find it a little bit bulky for that. But once again, a fun tool. Is this one really necessary? No, I threw it in there because it's part of my kit, but it's not something I use every day. The gimbal that I mainly use is this one. See, it's nice and compact. It's just hold it in your hand, and it's the same. As you sort of move, it keeps the camera nice and stable. So that's a gimbal. And if you're doing a lot of video, if you're doing a lot of work with your phone, and you're out and about walking and talking, then a gimbal would be great. If you're not going to be out and about, if you're just going to be stationary, then a tripod is all you need. Okay, and of course you can get gimbals for bigger cameras. Just obviously the heavier the camera is, the more expensive the gimbal, because obviously there's this motor sort of set up, and so the motors have to be stronger. That's the gimbals for mobile phones are quite small and very affordable. So I think that and this is a tripod that I actually just bought recently for my big camera. So it's a tripod, and it's also you can break one leg out and use it as a monopod, because I always wanted a monopod, but I didn't want to buy a new tripod and a monopod separately. So this one is the best of both worlds, and it's great. It's right over there, and it's what I've been shooting my big camera videos with, and I love it. So that's just another. So this is giving me some ideas. So yes, you definitely want a You definitely want a tripod or some way to stabilize the phone. So now we're moving on to microphones, and this is a microphone that I've been using. I've had this. There it is there in the shot there. I've had the Rode microphone, this one, since about 2015. So I'm due for an upgrade, but it's a good mic. It's designed that it will only pick up mainly what's in front of it. So if there's lots of noise going on around, you can still basically it will just sort of really concentrate on what's in front of it. Most of these mics do. Even the little lapel mic that I'm wearing is a broadcast quality mic, so it's noise cancelling. Okay. Once again, quite an affordable microphone. As you can see, I actually got it on a boom microphone stand I bought for $35, just because this is the way my setup is set up. Otherwise, you can buy all these really expensive boom arms and that sort of stuff. But I just got this on a boom microphone stand. I just sort of swing it out of the way when I don't want it. Okay, and it's a USB mic plugged straight into a PC or Mac. Works like a charm. And of course, we've got the lapel microphone. This is what I'm actually wearing at the moment to record this, because I'm wearing this to keep the audio the same between the shots from the camera and then the shots when I'm doing the screen share. Once again, do you need it? Not necessarily, but it's good to have if you're. It depends on the sort of work you're doing. There's lots of options out there. If you're solely in doing stuff in front of your computer and you're screen sharing and you're creating slides and that sort of stuff, then all you need is a microphone that plugs into your computer. But if you're going to be out and about, if you're going to be miking people, see, I go out and do video work, so I have to mic people up and that sort of stuff. So this works a lot better, but it's good because once again, it is noise cancelling and it gives a good audio result. And actually, you can see here, it's plugged into my little Samsung S4. And as I'm talking, you can actually see that that's recording. So I'm recording the audio here, and then we match it up, hook it up in the editor. This is the other option. You can get these plugged straight into your phones again. They go into the headphone jack. Just be careful if you've got an iPhone 10 or later, because you'll have to get the iPhone 10 version of this, which obviously has the iPhone 10 adapter. I've got both. But once again, this is a very good shotgun microphone, which means that they're designed through all that plastic and the way they're put together. They're actually designed to pick up only what's in front of them. It sort of reduces the sound that's coming around them. And of course, it comes with a cover, a big fluffy cover, that if you're out in the wind, it will sort of, you see here, it comes with one of these, so you can see the way that it sort of clips onto your phone, and then you've got this bracket that holds it nice and firm, and then you've got the cover that will baffle the wind. Okay, so once again, a very, very good device. I've had these for a couple of years as well. Use them every day. All right, but a lot of people like the Blue Yeti. I've never owned one. Right, I started off on the roads, and I just have all road. I've got shotgun mics for my cameras, and so all my mics are Rode microphones. But Blue Yeti is another brand that is loved by many. So I couldn't. It would be unfair to do something like this without mentioning the Blue Yeti. And then there's the Snowball. This is. And these are USB mics once again, so you don't have to buy a separate soundboard and all the cables and do all the funky stuff, right? You can just plug it straight into your PC or Mac. This is like the little brother to the Yeti, I believe. They used to be cheaper than the big full blown Yetis. Might be different now. I don't know, but that's the Blue Snowball. Check that out if you're even on a tighter budget. But as we said, like. Audio quality is paramount. People can put up with poor video quality as long as it's not sort of like jumbling around and jarring and jumping, and that's why stabilization is important. But if they can't hear you, or if it's hissy, or the wind's sort of blasting through, and it just gets really irritating, and people won't stop and listen. Okay, so getting audio right for your videos is paramount if you want people to watch your videos. And of course, when you're doing video marketing and YouTube marketing, you want people to watch all your video. Okay, so getting your audio right. Now, there's another little tool that I use, which is software called Crisp, and this loads up. And once again, it runs on Mac, runs on the PC, because I do have a problem with noisy neighbours. Okay, I live in an apartment building in the centre of town. And while it's convenient, you also have the problem of noisy neighbours, and I just can't wait for my neighbours to be quiet to shoot videos, and I might have something planned, and I just can't have my plans ruined because they decide to throw a party or something like that. So using this technology, it's noise cancelling as well. So if I still use a good microphone, but now it means that this noise cancelling technology is just going to keep really, really close to the mic, and you wouldn't even hear it. If my neighbours are having a full-on party, you wouldn't know, and it's very, very good. So, and it's very, very affordable. I will be putting a link to this in the resources at some point. On to lights. Okay, we're almost there. At the end of the day, once again, you don't need lights. You can use daylight. You can go outside, picking the right time of day. Like I sort of spoke about that a little bit in the video with my phone when I was out and about. But it wasn't really a great time for me. I mean, that video sort of showed you more of the don'ts rather than the do's. So I think it was a good demonstration of how everything can go wrong with with people video bombing in the background, taking pictures of me. I mean, it was just bizarre. But anyway, lights are probably the last thing that you really sort of need, because you can always use natural light, even if you're shooting inside. If you open up a window, you can do it. Like if you're shooting from a computer, you can definitely have lights on and that sort of stuff. So, but if you do need to get lights, softbox lights are a good affordable place to start. These were the sort of, this wasn't the exact set. I actually got a set of 3, but this style of light, the softbox style of light, was the first sort of light kit that I bought. Once again, about 5 years ago, and actually more, probably 7 years ago now. And I still use them. Okay, they're perfectly good. And then of course we can come across to the LEDs. So these I just recently invested in some LED lights, not these particular ones. Mine were much more expensive, but once again, I had a reason to get them, and now I've got them. So those are just some of the tools, and of course it doesn't end there. Just as I was doing this, I was thinking, okay, what about even cheaper microphones like the Logitech? Actually, let's look at the Logitech webcam, because that's what I actually use. And what I'm actually recording on now is a Logitech C922, but even the C920 is excellent, right? See, this is the webcam that I have, the C922, but the C920 is fine. And I mean, they're a great camera. They really sort of bring in the light, and that's what. So I got sidetracked. I do apologise. What I was getting at is with webcams and with phones, they've only got a very, very small lens, and of course the quality of the image is going to depend on the amount of light coming in through that lens. So you need good light when you're shooting with these devices like webcams or phones, because if you're not in good light, it's just very grainy. So that's where you may need to get some natural light from a window, turn a light on something, and make the room as bright as possible. But if you can't make the room bright enough, or if you're in an environment where it's not bright, then of course you can go for a light. So that's another camera option, just if you're going to be working on the computer and you want a really good quality HD camera. And the other thing I wanted to show you was the Logitech headset microphones, because these are really affordable, and they pass, right? So if you're on a really tight budget and you want to get some good audio happening, then the Logitech USB headset with microphone is a good starting point. It's like a 7 out of 10. Okay, it's not ideal, it's not great, but it's better than nothing. And I just learned today, I've never tried this, but the headphones, or the earpods that come with the iPhone, the microphone on that is apparently amazing as well. So you can plug this, the microphone into, well, you can't, this has got an iPhone 10 extension, but you can plug that into your Mac or whatever. And once again, that is better than the actual PC mic. The microphone on the Mac isn't great. Anyway, that is it for today. So have you ever, what's your setup? Do you just shoot straight from a phone, or do you have any of these toys? Do you have any of these gadgets? What would you like to get? I mean, the gimbal changed my life. So let me know in the comments below. If you found this useful, please like it, subscribe, and hit that little bell button, and you will get notified every time I publish a video. And talking about publishing videos, we'll be publishing another video tomorrow, and it's all about the getting started with affiliate marketing. Even if you're brand new, even if you're in your 50s, like me, we're all driven by different needs, and so this will give you a starting point. I'll show you. I'll give you some best practices, some things to consider, and age and technology and that sort of stuff isn't an excuse. I'll blast through all those misconceptions and everything else. So stay tuned until tomorrow, and I'll see you then.